Christine, welcome. I'm really excited and pumped that you're going to be part of this event. And we have spoken before on audio, but I thought it might be wonderful to have a video interview so the participants can get to experience a little bit about Christine and what she gets up to. On that line, so is there what have you been doing? Like, what are the things that you've been involved in, just so the participants can get a little bit get to know a little bit more about you?
Yeah, sure. Well, I live in Melbourne, Australia, and have done all my life, but I've travelled quite extensively. And in so doing, that also was part of the trigger of really wanting to connect with people and to help people. So that was in my early years. And then I was working in the corporate sector for many years and in consulting.
Yep.
Personnel consulting. So again, it was very orientated towards helping people, connecting with them. I really loved actually connecting the right ideal job with the right ideal person, and that synergy just coming together and everyone sort of loving it and loving the fact that they work so well together. So I really enjoyed that, and I even started a branch up within a large corporate organisation. And then I became a mum. And I think any woman out there, and probably even the men out there, once you have children, something definitely triggers within you. And you become, your priorities change a lot. And again, I still wanted to help people, but I really wanted to get into the wellness area and the personal growth area, and that's what I've been doing now for over 25 years. Yep. And I really am passionate about helping people in their business and in their career and removing sabotage. I've been very gifted over the years. Other than the experience of working firsthand with people, I seem to have, I'm sorry about all that noise, I'm outside. Okay. But I seem to have been able to create this amazing technique that accesses people's blocks very, very quickly. So that's really my passion and what I've been up to in the more recent years.
Excellent, excellent. And at the event, you're going to go into mindset elevation.
Correct.
Can you expand on just a little bit so people get an idea of what
yes.
you mean by that?
Well, we all come from our own frame of reference, and some people, their frame of reference is bigger than other people, but no matter where it is, we can extend that and challenge that and expand beyond it so that what we perceive is our reality. But when you're given certain processes or techniques, you can expand out of that reality. And sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. And so some of the techniques we'll be doing will be really accessing where some of those hidden blocks are, those blind spots, so that people can walk away with a much more clarity and much more sense of empowerment of what they need to do in their own life, in their own business, in their own career, unique to them, that's really going to elevate them to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll be going through some practical exercises.
Yes, well, I mean, there'll be limited time to work with everybody individually, obviously, because it's in a group setting. But there will be at least one or two processes they'll take people through, depending on how time goes. We might even do a third process, because I work with the group dynamics, so we'll just feel how it's all going and the feedback and how people are working through the process. But what actually happens is they'll get a lot of aha moments, which can be really useful for them when they leave.
Yeah. And look, I will add, over the years, I have used your products and attended some of the small group gatherings, and every time I've left, I've come out with some shift and the other day I was thinking, wow, I've just got to keep using these products. So I just thought I'd share that while we're on the interview with everyone out there.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Harsha. Yes, that's right, because I do run some intimate gatherings quite regularly in Melbourne, and there is also an opportunity to do it online for those that aren't in Melbourne. and it was great when you came the other week. And the products you're talking about, they're formulations, aren't they? And they're transformational tools. So I'll be utilising those on the day as well. So they'll be actually shifting people during the event, which will be just something a little bit different, lots of value, and something that's really enjoyable. For some people, it might be a little stretch. I mean, how could that make such a difference? But you've experienced it, I've experienced it, many of my clients have experienced the power of them, and so we'll access those as well at the event, which will be a lot of fun, and very transformational.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing that transformation.
Yes.
Look, Christine, now some people who are watching this video, they've already decided to join, and they've either registered or they're just about to register. I'm going to ask the question for the people who are sitting on the fence. And they're looking at yourself and some of the other presenters, but in particularly with regards to the material that you're presenting, if they have some questions that they want to ask or feel you, are you opening to address them? If I can challenge you?
Absolutely. And I think it's really interesting because sometimes we do stuff, go to events, or attend seminars or whatever, and sometimes we don't even have to absolutely categorically know exactly what we want from the event. It's great if you have that level of clarity, and some people do, but most actually don't, to be honest, or they think they've got the clarity, but there could be some blind spots that they're missing and they're wondering why it's not coming together. So I really encourage people to trust their gut as well of whether to come or not. You've got nothing to lose really, other than a little bit of time, and time is valuable, absolutely. But I really encourage people, if they are sitting on the fence, reach out. All the other mentors I know would be very willing to help, and you'll be drawn to different ones. But for me personally, absolutely, because it could be just that one doubt that could sabotage someone from really elevating to the next level. So yes, I'd love to make myself available. And I think you've going to have a Facebook page or something, aren't you, Harsha?
Yeah, so there's going to be a Facebook group that will fill those questions.
Beautiful.
I'll forward those to you so we can answer them to everyone.
Fabulous. Well, that's great. So they can just ask as many questions as they like, and even if they're posing a question to me, one of the other mentors might even want to add their additional, insight into what they're asking. So that'll be great. Yeah.
And one of the things I wanted to also ask you is the people who have decided to join, so they've either joined or
yes,
about to join. Is there anything that they can do in preparation? So there's a little under 2 months left leading up to the event. Is there anything that they can do to prepare to make the most of the day?
Yeah, when you say 2 months, it sort of sounds like a long time, but it really isn't. It'll go quickly. Right. So I think we'd all say an open mind. That's sort of a given now. But I would imagine that if they've got the time, a little bit of preparation about really drilling down what they really want or where they are, because that could shortcut them a little bit when they're listening to the mentors. But I really think it's just being present, being organised so that you don't sabotage yourself when you get there late or you're stressed out, you've got lots on your mind. So it's really, if you're going to actually take that step, honour yourself, honour the fact that this, that the event itself, and really step up to the plate of absolutely making it a life-changing experience. Because if you're setting that intention, you get all the distractions out the way and you really take on what you get, you can really utilise that well for your business or your career. So that would be just really preparing yourself. Because the more you give to anything, you get more back.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, but we forget it. I should say that. It's not really, people know that, but they still don't do it. Yeah?
Yeah. And that really taking that time for yourself, like turning your mobiles off and letting
all of that, yes. And just, really checking where the location is, that type of thing, because I know you'll be very thorough, Harsha, with all the information, but people actually reading it and just knowing where they're going, what they're doing, and really looking at the various levels of the tickets, because, you know, if you're really wanting to elevate to that next level, you might want to come to dinner with us as well in the evening, which could be a really powerful thing to do as well.
That's right. That's right. So, and you know, that option is available to everyone if they do that. Now, I know we touched a little bit about the sabotage elimination technique. Is that?
That's right. Yeah. Core issue elimination.
Core issue elimination. Now, are you able to just give some of the if you like to call them successes or breakthroughs?
Oh, yeah, would love to. Because I've been doing this a very long time and I've worked with thousands of people now, there's lots of success stories. But I think one of the things is anxiety seems to be rampant out there, and, you know, depression, and in varying degrees, and that really impacts our self-worth, our confidence, our clarity. And so a lot of the work that I do with people, and that's what I mean by mindset elevation, is getting them and transcending beyond all of that stuff. An example would be, there's a gentleman that's come to me and he's got quite a large business, you know, it's a multi-million-dollar business, and he's in himself, he just lacks that level of, even though he's created this himself, which is a real testament to who he is, he still lacks that level of confidence and clarity to know what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And the sessions don't give every single step, but what they do is allow where the blind spots are in the self-sabotage. Because if we knew we were sabotaging ourselves, Harsha, we just wouldn't do it.
No.
That's by the sheer nature of self-sabotage, we don't realise we're doing it. So I've helped people a lot really get into flow. And for this man, his staffing, his rapport with his staff, and his bottom line has increased. And what's interesting, it actually flowed into his relationship with his wife, even though he didn't work on that. And that's what you often find, that once you're starting to function at a more optimum level, every aspect of your life starts to come together. So I think that's an important thing to talk to mention to people, that it's not always just about business. Sometimes what's happening with your life personally is going to impact your business or your career choices and decisions and confidence level. So with the sabotaging, we can eliminate where those blind spots are, and it makes a huge difference.
Excellent. I'm sure you've had many such examples that you can share, but this is a short interview, so
yes.
Yeah. So
there's a lot on my website. There's a lot of testimonials on my website, and I probably need to add more. But it's really it's really whatever people are doing to sabotage themselves, it's about accessing what that is. And that's the tricky bit, because sometimes we have trouble knowing what the sabotage is, and often we think we know and it's not what it is. And that's where this particular work I do really accurately accesses that for people.
Excellent. Look, Christine, I'm really excited. I thank you for your time today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the event, as well as leading up to the event. There is going to be a group chat with the mentors, which I'll invite you to, and there might be some participants that can ask questions there as well.
Beautiful.
But
I'd love that.
Thank you for your time today, and I'll catch you leading up to the event.
Thank you so much, Harsha, and bye everybody, and I look forward to seeing you at the event. Bye.
Bye.